Hello everybody and welcome back to Felsbrunn. So what I'm doing first of all today is just bringing a big bag of seed over to the New Holland T5, which is currently drilling a field. The Matty Ferguson is cultivating it before the drill goes over it, and yeah, they're just working as a team here. So we have the big bag. It's a bit off centre, but I've managed to bring it, so here it is. As soon as the New Holland requires it, we can put it to good use. So yes, we'll leave that there for the time being. Now over to the store, we have the Manitou, and my aim for today is to basically drill 2 fields and also do 2 jobs. I would like to use a FENDT tractor, so we'll try and use a FENDT, and also, yes, try and do a job with our own machinery. That is going to be quite difficult since both the machines are currently being used, but possibly between drilling field 20 and 25, we might be able to go and take both of those 2 tractors to a job, maybe 2 different jobs. So yeah, we'll see. So here it is, over at the yard, so we'll just put it down here, and we might as well keep it on the forklift since it will probably be using this very soon. There we go. Okay, so since the 2 tractors are being used, we're going to now start a contracting job. The first one being a job which is going to be done with somebody else's machines. The second one, hopefully, with our own machine. So let's go for something which is high value. That is a fence. I'll keep flicking through though. I've chosen one, and yeah, this is one which is basically spraying a field. We could actually use our own sprayer, but as I want to use a fence, we have not used our own sprayer. For the next job we will do, hopefully. So yes, I know that there's no financial benefit to borrowing the tractor. It is purely just to show off the tractor so that you can see what the fence is like. So here is the interior view. Let's head over to field number 32 after refilling. So field 32, oh, it's in the opposite direction, and yes, it might just be better to buy an IBC and put the whole thing in. We get reimbursed for what we don't use, so that's got a bigger benefit to going back to the farm to refill, because that's for our own fields. So if we're buying the fertilizer tank, here we go. Put absolutely everything in. We should get repaid about £1,500, I'd have thought. So there we go. 1,300, so it didn't actually have a capacity large enough. That's okay. The rest of it can go back to the farm, but everything we don't use within the sprayer will be given back to us in money. So yeah, field 32 to the right hand side somewhere. Here we are. I've just realised the tractor doesn't have a beacon. It is actually a fairly small tractor, it's the 310, and the sprayer is fairly small too. But then again, it's a fairly small field. I think most of these jobs do only take a few minutes because the bigger fields obviously have much larger machines to do the job with. So they probably take a very similar amount of time to the smaller jobs. So yeah, this is the only job which we're going to use a leased tractor for, unless there is a job for harvesting. If there is a John Deere Combine Harvester contract, I'll do that. Otherwise we use our own machinery to do some fertilizer spreading or spraying. Something like that anyway, so we can get the extra bonus. I think we're losing about £370 for doing it with this tractor. But then again, we're making money because our other 2 tractors are busy making money on our own farm. I just realised the worker was actually taking the seed straight out of the bank account. Well, it's not a bank account full of seed, but you know, they buy it on the spot. So I've just sorted that out. It's taking it out of the hopper now. At least it should be. The money is still going down fairly quickly. But we do have 2 workers on the go. So yes, that is going to be much better because we get to take the seed over to the tractor instead of it just miraculously appearing inside the drill. So there we go, we have £2,400 we got reimbursed for the chemical we didn't use, and also, yep, we got the £1,600 reward. Looks like this is caught up. Let's just stop that. In fact, I'll just finish off myself. No point using a worker. even though most of the time it was actually buying the seed, it still seems to use a very small amount of seed anyway. So clearly quite a good drill to be using. Okay, so that's going to have to move. When this is done, we'll try and find a job for one of these two tractors. Most likely, I should think it'll be the New Holland T5 for the sprayer. And we'll finish it off. Still 0% weed infestation, which is a very good thing. But also it is 0% fertilized, so that's going to have to be probably sprayed with the liquid fertilizer. In fact, that's what we can do. We'll do a liquid fertilizer job, then we'll do our own field, and then we can move on to the other field. In fact, yeah, we can get the Massey Ferguson going already with the cultivating. Give it a head start. But that has been a fairly quick turnaround with these two fields, which is what I like to see, because otherwise it would be a long time until we can make any decent money. But the canola should really help this. So into the Massey we'll go up there and we'll get it set off, and it should be all done and ready for when the T5 gets over there. Right, it's back into first person view. I'm hoping to do a few clips where I don't talk, just so you can listen to the machinery. I think that is nice to have just in the middle of the video, just 30 seconds or so, where all you hear is the tractor's engine and the cultivator. So it's ploughing in the lime. It looks a bit like snow, but it's definitely lime, which is changing the pH of the soil, and it's just basically going to make it 15% more productive. It does still need ploughing, but we don't have a plough, so hopefully next time we'll be able to plough that as well. In fact, how much am I losing by not ploughing it? Let's just take a look. Ploughing is 15%, so if we didn't spread the lime or plough, we'd lose 30% of the yield. Right, okay, so yeah, what we'll do is refill the drill, so it's all ready to go, and then we'll find a job, put the sprayer on, refill it, and we'll try and make a fairly decent amount of money. Our sprayer actually is quite big, so we can do quite a big field. Right, there we go, that's totally refilled. And because we're going to be using it very soon, we'll just put it here. The sprayer is blocked in by the combine harvester. So as soon as we can afford it, we'll put another shed up. Luckily, they're not too expensive. It was £9,000, which is a lot of money, but really, for how useful it is, it's definitely worth every penny. I'm not quite sure where to put it though. Probably just over the far side there. After all, you can just drive through the side of it, so if it is a bit in the way, it's all open-sided, so just drive through. It won't matter too much. Okay, let's get the sprayer attached. And we are close enough to be able to refill without moving the forklift. I just need to make sure it's definitely going to put liquid fertilizer in and not the herbicide. Yep, there we go. So that'll probably empty the whole IVC. And yep, there we go. We'll find the job. Hopefully it's a good job. So we've got fertilizing, this one here. I want to go for a fairly high value one. It can be anything. Even if you see a spreader here, you can still do it with a sprayer, or a muck spreader, or a slurry spreader. So this is field 13. I'll have to take a look at field 13. Pretty big, but I think we're capable of doing it. So field 13. Take the job. It is going to be £6,461 as a reward, and we get we don't get an extra, but we sort of don't lose the £1,226. So off we go. We may or may not have enough chemical. We'll soon find out. Oh yeah, and the tractor could do with the wash as well, so as soon as we can afford a pressure washer, we'll clean it. Field 13, this one over here. Yeah, like I say, I think this is a fairly wide sprayer, wider than the one we used, the one we borrowed, so it shouldn't take us too long. But we may have to refill. Here goes. We're making the money. We are just making it to the end. We do have a tiny bit left to do, but I'm very impressed with the reward, because actually if you think about it, we only got about £6,000 for doing all the work in one of our fields, which took quite a long time to do, cultivating, drilling, spraying, harvesting, all that sort of stuff, and we're getting the same amount of money for just doing this, so that sounds pretty good. It's a good deal. The prices may not seem huge, but if you think about it, £6,000 for doing this? Sounds good to me. I mean, that would be a very good wage. So, yes, what we're going to do is just finish off. Even when it comes up and says contract completed, we'll continue to the end. Like I say, I'm all for doing it properly. Like, when the game comes out, if you want to just go until it says you're finished, that's fine. But, yeah, for the purpose of these videos, I want to show it off as you should really do it. We do have a great demand at the barn as well. I'm not too sure what for. There we go. So the contract is done, but we're going to go to the end. It is going to cost us more money in the liquid fertilizer, but then again, as I've mentioned, you wouldn't really want to do just some of the field in real life. Say you were contracted out to do a field of spraying, and then you just did some of it. It wouldn't really work. So yes, we're going to go all the way to here. Very good visibility from here too. And there we go. I'm missing a tiny bit, but still, we're done. So because we didn't actually lease the machinery, there's no reimbursement because we still keep the liquid fertilizer, meaning we made £6,461 for doing that. Nice. We have £55,000. Did I complete it? No, I didn't. We have £62,222. Now to actually do our own field. As we know, there is an IBC over at the store just waiting for us. It has, I think, 700 litres of chemicals in it. So if we fill it up, we can then go and use it on our field. And it should be just the right amount. There we go. And I believe you can see the needle moving as it fills up. So, yep, that was, I think, 700 litres. We'll finish off with 915 since it wasn't totally empty. Hello, Mr. Sniff. Right. The gator is a bit in the way, but we can work around it. Actually, I'm quite interested to see if we would have crop destruction on the crop currently. It is switched off. But I will just re-enable it for a split second just to see, because we don't have row crop tyres on, so you'd have thought it will destroy the field. Let's just see. There we go. If I just move forward and backwards, that might be enough to see. Of course, I am still over the top of it, so we might just have to move off here. I've switched off crop destruction again. So we'll see. I don't think it would destroy the crop since it hasn't actually germinated yet. We've just put the seed in. Should be far enough. No, it didn't. Good. So it's going to be a very, very fast job doing this. We're just going to have to go up and down the field a few times, and then it'll be time to move on to field number 25. And we're going to have to, of course, take this off here again, swap it back to the drill. Just riding above the grass, except for there, where it's just hit the ground, to raise it up. That's a shame. It means we're going to have to go back down that far side just for the slightest bit. You could sacrifice it and just leave it as not fertilised, but I think the benefit in the end will still be better than obviously wasting the fertiliser. Back to the shed and then back to the seeder. We have another field to plant. I think it'd be canola as well. Canola does seem to be quite a good crop to do. Oh, I'm going to have to use the mirrors here. I can't see the pillar. There it is. Well, I kind of used the mirrors. They're not quite pointing in the right direction. Anyway. To the drill. Let's hope the first tractor is finished, or almost finished. One thing's for sure, this one is never going to catch up. If it has finished though, we can use the Massey Ferguson for another job. So we could actually spray with it if we wanted to. This isn't the only tractor that can spray, except this one does have the front weight. The neighbours have got canola too. Everybody is doing canola. Yeah, it's just finishing off. Very good timing. So there we go. It should start to consume the seed which is in the drill, and it shouldn't start taking it out of the bank account, the money. Yep, that's perfect. Oh, look at all these birds. So many birds. It is the final piece, that timing. Incredible. So yeah, we have no more fields to cultivate, so it is just a case of either finding a job or putting the sprayer on here. We will see. First of all, I'll check the list. Of course, if there is a John Deere combine, I can do that, or we could do our own. We could use our own combine if we wanted to. Yeah, no John Deere. But they do appear, because I've seen them before. So I'll fold up the cultivator, and we'll take it back over to the farm. It really shouldn't take too long for that to drill the field. Now I know I did mention buying some chickens. I want to get them, and I think I might get them in a minute. It's another £20,000, which isn't ideal, but the price of eggs does seem to be good. This has been discussed several times now. It could be just sort of looking good because it's 1,000 litres, and getting 1,000 litres of eggs is probably very difficult to do. I don't know if it tells you exactly how fast they generate the eggs, so we can take a quick look. Chicken coop. Well, it can hold 100 litres. So if it was daily, it would be 10 days to get around £2,800, which isn't that good. So maybe it's not worth it. I might just get all the animals on my Ravenport map and leave them off this map, or maybe get them later. Yes, I think until I've actually trialled it on another map, I might just leave it, as we might be wasting money. We don't have too much, we must be very careful with what we spend, so yeah, I need to be just making sure we don't make any unnecessary purchases. Unfold it first. And there it is, back at the farm. So these tractors are looking really mucky. One thing we definitely do need is a pressure washer. So if I buy the pressure washer, miscellaneous, it's still £4,500, but then again, these commercial ones really are expensive. Should be close enough. Ah, yes. That's a shame. I've just remembered I started the glitch, which doesn't let me use a hand tool. Well, in a few days' time, when the game is released, I should be able to use it. Yeah, it's here for the future. So, there is just one more thing I want to do, and that is to spray the field we've just been to. So, with the weight of the front loader on here, it should be heavy enough. And I think we do have enough chemical anyway, so chances are it isn't even that heavy. Yeah, we used about 300 litres. I can see tyre deformation. It's hardest to see on the Nokian tyres, but you can make it out. It's a good shot for it. Yes, there is definitely tyre deformation. So I've given the other tractor a bit of a head start here, otherwise we're going to be catching up with it straight away. It still won't take too long to catch up. But, yeah, I don't know if you can spray first actually, you probably wouldn't want to, but it is just fertilizer after all, it's not herbicide. So it should still go into the ground. But this section we can definitely do. I'll try and get right to the edge. The New Holland isn't too far off being finished. Wage payment £300, but that is actually taking into account a great deal. That's probably most of the work done on this field and some of the other field, maybe? Because we're at ×5. The worker fees don't seem extortionate, but yeah, obviously not cheap. Whoa, that went up fast. Okay, hopefully we're going to have enough. Whoop. It needs to go up fast. You know what, I think I might actually put a curve on here when we harvest the crop, so we can just sort of turn, and this will continue being the field where we are now. Keep going across here. It's wasted land really, we do own the land, so we might as well use it. And all the way down there too. If I just show you this page, you can see it's all ours. In fact, way over the other side of the hill is ours as well. We own all the trees, everything. In fact, we're very close to owning the castle, but not quite. It goes up to the road, which goes around the castle. The birds, they're already on there. I don't think they reduce the yield though. I think they are just there to look like a pest. But the weeds do reduce the yield. So if you see weeds in your field, you must get rid of them. Otherwise you're going to lose quite a chunk of your profits there. For those who missed my first video where I mentioned the yields, I would really quickly show you basically this page here. So to get 65% yield bonus, you must spread fertilizer twice for each crop and spread lime after every 3 harvests, which is what we're planning on doing. And to avoid a 35% yield drop, basically, remove the bad weeds. 20% lost if you don't remove them, that's a substantial amount, and plough after these crops just here, otherwise you lose 15%. I'll be so pleased when we can afford a larger drill, or probably a direct drill. I'd like to have a direct drill and a plough instead of a cultivator. So if these are still worth quite a bit, the cultivator and the drill, we might be able to almost do a direct swap, but I'll have to look into it and see exactly what the pricing is. It's finished, so we're going to just really quickly finish off the field and we'll leave it there for today. Done. Now, I already know exactly what we're going to do in the next episode. It's going to be spraying herbicide because the weeds are going to start to grow, so we must get rid of them. Unless, of course, we can catch them early, then we can use the weeder, which will be free. So with a bit of luck, yeah, we should be able to just use the weeder, and that's probably faster anyway. Well, probably not much in it. The working width is very good, the weeder we have. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.